Thank you so much for joining. My name is Nadya Tatsch. I'm a certified health and life coach and also Shaklee advocate. I help men and women in the 50s to lose stubborn 20 pounds so they can finally fit in the clothes that they want to fit and keep it this way. And without the struggle and starving themselves. All right, well, today's conversation is about 5 must-read books. Before we get into this conversation, I'm inviting you to join our Friends in Health Facebook group. It's for you if you would like daily motivation and inspiration in your wellness journey. And if you like this type of conversations, please join also my YouTube channel or subscribe. It's The Natural Power 100. The successful videos are updated there regularly. Or you can also join the Thursday Health Tips newsletter. You can go to nadyatatsch.com/newsletter. And right after this video, I will post these links into the comments so you don't have to go and find it on Google. They'll be right there. All right, so Friends in Health Facebook group, please join us. The YouTube channel, The Natural Power 100, and Thursday Health Tips on nadyatatsch.com/newsletter. All right, so 5 must-read books. There's so many books, of course, there's plenty of books. If you ever saw my reading list of books to read, it's several pages long. If you ever received it from me, you probably were like overwhelmed. Oh my goodness, where do I start? And there are certain books that keep coming back to me and I keep recommending them. And this topic actually showed up so recently when we finished our first book for our Books and Health Club. And I was thinking, what can we do as a next book? And these books that keep coming back to me are the ones that have made the most profound difference in my life. And I can somewhat call really transformational books. And so they are the ones that must read, especially if you don't know where to start. You feel like maybe some areas of your health, you kind of feel stuck a little bit, or you kind of get in the groove of your life, but you still want to move forward. There's this ceiling that you're against, and there should be something else, but you don't know what it is, where to start, and what in the world to do. So my way is to start with self-education, and that's how I actually got used to from my childhood. I would read books. I read different books right now. In my childhood, I read War and Peace and The Idiot by Dostoevsky. So the choice of books for me is slightly different. And why I so much appreciate this list of 5 must-read books, because they can cover any area of your life that is important to you. You can just, here's the question. What is one area of your life that you would like to work on, that you would like to see better, you would like to see a difference? Just one area of your life. So let's keep that, maybe even write it down, and let's see this choice of books, how you can utilize them to go forward in this particular area of your life. Are you ready? And if you know those books, if you've read them before, if you have something to say, please do that, and I'll do my best to read your comments. All right, well, going back to my initial idea, if you feel somewhat stuck, I actually had a conversation just a few days ago with a couple who they just started their business. They know they want to make a difference for others. They have that passion. I just felt it. They got it. But once I asked the question, so where do you see your business, your life, yourself next year? There was a difficulty answering. So there is a vision and there is a why that might have been missing. So the book number 1 is Start with Why by Simon Sinek. Start with why. And really everything we do in our life, any action has why underneath. We may not be present to it, we may not be conscious to it, but it's got why. You may think of maybe it's like the vision in the future, but really your why is not your future. Your why is based on your experiences, on your childhood, your upbringing, everything that has led you to this point where you are right now. So it's really start with why. Thanks for the likes. I know you read the book. And your why, the verbalization of your why might be changing and transforming through the life, but the core of your why is still the same. I'll give you my personal example. Maybe you heard it from me. When I was 11 years old, somebody told me that I look so thin, that I look so sick. So I ran to my mom, started crying, explaining her what happened. That was when I was 11 years old. And here's what I do now. I'm still thin, but I'm a health coach. And the core of my why is kind of somewhat prove you can be thin and still extremely healthy. And at the same time helping people. I became a psychologist, I became a teacher and a health coach so I can help others be healthy, no matter really what shape you are. So start with why is such a core of everything. If you feel stuck in any area of your life, ask yourself, what is my why? You might get a quick answer, write it down, and then ask yourself why again. Ask your why to the answer that you just got. And then ask it again. Ask at least 3 times. Why? And go deeper and deeper. So book number 1 is Start with Why by Simon Sinek. Book number 2. So imagine you got your why, you're kind of in the groove of understanding what it is, you can verbalize it. How do you keep your why alive and your vision alive? This is my approach. There are different variations of it, but how you live your life is really how you start your morning. If you've known me long enough, you heard this concept from me. If you want to live your life powerfully, start your morning powerfully. It's that first hour of each day that is the most important. What do you do from the moment you open your eyes? Do you start listening to your brain telling you there's an alarm clock, snooze it, and go back to bed, and you start yapping at yourself, and then an hour later you're so upset because you're late to work, you don't have time to even drink a glass of water, not even talking about exercise. The first hour of each morning is so crucial for the success of your life. So if you want to get a hold of your life, live it the way you want, get a hold of your morning. So the book number 2 is The Miracle Morning. Interesting enough, I don't have the author, but if you Google it, The Miracle Morning, it will be all over the internet. From the basic concept of the miracle morning to certain professional areas for realtors, for direct sellers, for teachers, for families, for children, the miracle morning. And the concept is, no matter whether you have just 6 minutes or an hour in the morning, you can spend them effectively by practicing. They call them life savers. Savers is the abbreviation, stands for S, stillness, E, exercise, V, visualization, savers, A, affirmation, R, reading, S, scribing or journaling. You have to do it from memory. And there is an application you can find. that you can download, and every morning at the time you designate, it will actually wake you up and lead you through the exercise. It's amazing. So book number 2 is the Miracle Morning, because how you start your morning is how you live your life. So what do you think so far? Do you know those books? Have you read them? Have you heard of them? How does it sound? Okay, so the book number 3, and I think it's important. You may ask, well, she's a health coach, why is she talking about this? Well, there are certain areas of life that are the hardest for any human being. There's area of health, there's area of relationships, and there's area of money. This is my personal intake. The money area is important. It's not your happiness, but you can't live without it. So the money book, no, it's not the name of the book. I could not choose which one, but actually, let's say book number 3 is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. There's another book that I really, really enjoy is Think and Grow Rich. So these two. James says, I need to revisit the Miracle Morning program. Yes, we agreed. October, it will be there. Let's do that. Yeah, let's get our group again and get in the groove. So, Think and Grow Rich or Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And you know, what's interesting that back from my country, nobody really taught me that, and I pretty much do my own education on my own. And what I learned from these books is, there's a money quadrant. There is a way how your cash flow goes in your life. There are 4 areas where your money can come from, and that's important to know where you actually make your money from, what quadrant it is, how to maybe use the money that makes money, how to use the proven system that makes your money. Because the most common approach is we go to work, we give our time, we make money. So it's exchange of time for money. But there's so much more into it. It's just one quadrant of the money square. So the money education is important. And I know I'm still there on the path and my own journey of that fun game. But Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or Think and Grow Rich. The money book is important. So I wonder if you have your own money book that would be of the interest to share. This was my child. They're going to the store. Here you go. Bear at home. Okay, so how does that sound? Have you read those books? Do you know them? Do you like them? Any other money book that you want to recommend? Bob says, I love Simon Sinek material. I will read Start With Why. Please do. Yes. Yes. Okay, so book number 4. This one, why I chose to share it with you, because you may say, it all sounds good, but the daily habits, but how do I get a hold of my daily habits that they work for me? Well, knowing how habits act within your body, what it is, the habit is so transformational. By knowing and understanding the system of the habit, you can actually alter it. But you will alter it from knowing that this is it. So, The Power of Habit, book number 4. The Power of Habit. Read both Rich Dad, Think and Grow Rich. Okay, Bob says read both books, yes. So book number 4 is The Power of Habit. Being a psychologist, I geek out on that book. It's very in-depth, but it may not be easy to read. It's a long book, and I'm still in the process of reading it. But what it explains to you in a very simple terms is what the habit is. So imagine you love ice cream. or you love that 11 p.m. cake in the fridge. Everyone goes to bed, so this is the habit has four processes. So 11 o'clock, I'm actually trying to find where it is. The body sends you the signal, it's 11 o'clock, everyone is in bed, your neurons are firing, your reaction is it's time to go open the fridge. So you react to that, you go to the fridge, you actually physically open it, you pull the ice cream, it's the action, and you eat it. The reward is your taste buds feel great for a little bit, right? And then the other thing kicks in that blames you for doing that. But it's the habit. It's the habit that you're so used to. There's a particular time of the day, or there's a particular smell, or particular emotional, physical feel that this is the signal that sends to your brain. It's time to indulge on sweets. You react to that, you place an action, you eat the sweet, and you get a reward, a sweet taste bud, or a little sugar high. But that habit might be quite destructional for your health, your weight goal, and really your life long term. So you know that, but knowing doesn't make the difference, right? But at least knowing those 4 steps of your habit, what can you do? Let's see if we can alter the habit. The important aspect here is not to hit all 4 aspects of your habit. Your critter brain that is designed to help you survive will get crazy and it will disappear pretty quickly. So we don't want to just change the habit. What we want to do is knowing that signal always be there. There's always 11 p.m. There's always refrigerator, and there's always magical cake that family members buys. In our case, it's an ice cream in the freezer. So they're always there. The reaction of my body is pretty much there too. If I smell ice cream, vanilla ice cream, I smell flavor, I already know that it will feel so good. Your body's reaction will be there as well. Reward, the 4th aspect, is important. So we want to have an action. That's the 3rd aspect of a habit. That is non-destructional. We don't want to change the signal. We don't want to change the body's reaction. What we want to alter is the action that will produce the same reward of sweetness. That's the power of habit. I know it's a very long conversation. My coaching program is 90 days. That's what it's aimed at, changing your habits. But this book is incredible. There's so many examples. You will be able to play with your own habits and altering them just on your own. Here's the book, The Power of Habit. Incredible. Okay, so moving on. Book number 5. You may ask, okay, I got the habits. I can maybe play with them and alter them. Okay, James says, God's plan for your finances. God's Plan for Your Finances is also a good book for personal finance discipline. Great. Okay, so it's in the comments. Book number 5. Okay, Nadya, I got start with why. I understand about the miracle morning and the practices, the money book, the power of habit, and how in the world how do I just do it? Is that what we just want to do it and we're not doing it? So the book number 5, the 5-second rule. Maybe you even expected it from me. The 5-second rule is, it tricks your brain. It tricks your brain to act. Really, even when 11 o'clock comes, everyone is in bed, you get that impulse in your brain, it's time to indulge on the cake. You have 5 seconds, and what you do is, let's step back. Your human brain has a goal. I'm saying human brain because there's another one, critter brain, that kind of sometimes otherwise talks to us not to do things. So you know you have a goal. You want to lose 20 pounds. You want to become a personal trainer. You have a goal. You have a vision. You have your why. And once your mind, your brain knows your goal, throughout the day, some people call it gut feeling, some people call it, I forgot the word, intuition, subconscious. Throughout the day, you will have signals that will help you to reach your goal. For example, I'm trying to stick with the same example of 11 p.m. It comes, and maybe on the refrigerator you already have a picture of how you vision yourself next year. You have 5 seconds. So once your intuition told you, here's the chance, you count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, act. The magical moment here is counting backwards. You're kind of tricking your brain here. And when you count to 1, the brain naturally wants to do something. So you give your physical body to actually move towards your action. Away from the fridge, grabbing the picture. Some people recommend put a pillow by the refrigerator and meditate. There are ways. That is actually that third aspect of the power of habit. You change your action. How you change it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Magical aspect as well here is once you say 1, you really act. If you don't, what happens is your creator brain starts talking to you. Just kind of let's practice. Let's practice. Let's just count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're probably listening to your brain right now. So it's really talking. It's always talking. So after 1, you have 2 choices. Either listen to your brain, which will probably be telling you not to do what you want to do. The second choice is act. And then it's up to you. The 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. She is bold and beautiful. She goes in the details. There's exercise. And that's amazing. I'm excited to read the 5-second rule, James. Yes. And it's last but not the least. What I'd like to invite you to is to our Books and Health Club. And why I left this book to the last? Well, because it really goes down to just act, just be in action. It's not as, not as easy done than said. But let's do it together. Let's read the book together. The 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. This is our second book we're going to read, and we are starting now. Our first discussion, it's all online discussion, nowhere to go. It's on Zoom. Will be, I believe, September 14th. Should be Friday, 4:30 Central Time. So 5-second rule, what you do now, you get the book and you read just first chapter. We're going to discuss chapter number 1 within our private Books and Health group. So if you're interested, please put it in the comments and we will include you in our group. And let's read the book together. So the 5-second rule book. And let's see. So the summary of 5 must-read books by me. Number 1 is start with why. Everything is based on your why. Be clear, be able to verbalize it. Start with why. Book number 2 is The Miracle Morning. How you live your life is really how you start your day, the first hour of the day. Book number 3 is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Money is not happiness, but you can't live without it. Let's work in that area too. The book number 4 is The Power of Habit. Goes deep down into what habit is and how to alter it. Last but not the least is the 5-second rule. It's all good. What do I do to act? The 5-second rule book. Can you list the books below? Yes, I will list the books below. Yes. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Please join our Friends and Health Facebook group for your daily motivation and inspiration in your wellness journey. Once again, this video will be uploaded to the Natural Power 100 YouTube channel. Please subscribe, and if you would like more Thursday health tips, nadyatatsch.com/newsletter. And I want to invite you to keep an eye on our upcoming challenge inside of Friends and Health Facebook group. We announced September as a clean body, so the challenge will be 5-day clean body challenge. It's a free challenge inside of Friends and Health Facebook group. If you know somebody who needs that, please invite them. Well, thank you so much for participating in this fun conversation. I look forward to see books that you like to recommend. Please put them in the comments. And also, I'm curious to know which is the major maybe aha or appreciation from this conversation for you. Please put it in the comments, and I'll see you inside of the community. Have a great holiday.